Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Ozark Living, and today, super important topic that we want to talk a little bit about: finding employment in the Ozarks. Let's check it out. All right, everybody. Hey, my name is Scott, and if this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. And while you're here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell, because every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm dropping a new video telling you everything you need to know about moving to or living in Lake of the Ozarks. We're also a group of licensed lenders and agents, so as much as I love making these videos, I would love even more to help you with your lending or real estate needs. So the number popping up below, I am the guy who answers the phone calls, the text messages, and the emails. Don't hesitate to reach out and let me know if there's something I can do to help you out. In the meantime, today we wanted to talk a little bit about, finding employment in the Ozarks. We have conversations with folks, and they typically entail where to live and questions about the lake. But obviously the conversation evolves to, hey, what do qualifications look like and what does employment look like? And so we want to talk about it because it's a super important topic. If you're thinking about moving down, if you're looking to relocate and transition you or your family down, then obviously employment is going to be a big factor in purchasing or qualifying for a home, or even renting at that fact. So we want to talk a little bit about it, give you some tips and some things to think about, and obviously we're here to address any questions that you might have. So a couple things to consider when you're making the transition down here. So, it's one thing if you live here in the Ozarks and you're looking to purchase a home. So that one's pretty simplistic because you probably already have employment. So whatever your job might be, whether it's in a retail position, tech, you own your own company, whatever that is, you live here, you work here, and so you have Ozark money, right? You have Missouri income, and so it makes it very easy to purchase based on your qualifications. So as you progress moving forward, you're gonna do a basic application, and in that application, you're gonna talk about your income versus your liabilities, and obviously reverse math that into what type of purchase price you can afford. And so that scenario is actually super simplistic. Where the complication comes into play is if you don't live here and you're looking to transition or relocate into the Ozarks, that's where your employment scenario could come into play. So when we have these conversations, some folks that are looking to relocate have the ability to work remotely. So if you are in a position where you work remotely, you do tech stuff or company support or whatever it is, and you just work from home, then it's easy to use your current income. No matter where you live, if your employer allows you and states and writes a letter that says, hey, you're able to work remotely, you can live anywhere, and you still have employment, then it's very easy to take your current income, balance out qualifications, and figure out what your purchase price will be. And so understanding that you're making the transition down here, but your job allows you to work anywhere in the country, that's an easy one to help figure out, an easy one to help do qualifications on. If your company doesn't allow you to work remotely and you are looking to transition and relocate, then obviously that job and income conversation becomes super important, right? And what that conversation has looked like before is, well, hey, I'm working right now and I have a job and I have income and I want to purchase there. Okay, cool. However, let's say you live in Colorado, right? You can't live in Colorado, work Colorado job, earn Colorado income, and purchase in Missouri. You can if you purchase it as a investment home or as a second home, but if you're looking to purchase an owner-occupied property in Missouri and you live in a different state, there's a problem that's going to come into play where, hey, again, if I work in a different state and I'm earning income in that state, but I'm trying to live in Missouri, that's a really long commute. So they're not going to allow you to use that income and purchase, right? Because if you purchase in Missouri and then you move owner occupied into your home, then clearly the income that you're earning in the other state is not going to work for loan purposes anymore. So in that scenario, obviously what you're going to have to look at is finding employment in the Ozarks. So when you're making that transition and you're looking for employment, there's a tons of ways that you can go about doing it. Clearly they have job fairs and there's things online or Indeed.coms. Like you can go through job searches and job boards to find employment. employment. And then once you do find it, depending on the type of income and how it's being received, you could either purchase right away, or you might have to wait just a little bit. One of the best ways when you're relocating is if you have to find a new job and position, if you can get into a salaried environment. So if they pay you a salary, that's set income, there's no changing. So whatever that salary number is, if you have an offer letter from a company, and even if that offer or that job doesn't start for another couple months, you can still purchase with that offer letter as long as you start your employment within 60 days of your actual start date. So you don't even actually have to have a pay stub or any type of income documentation as long as you have that pre-approval letter. And so talking to folks that are making that relocation, finding new employment, all good. Let's go ahead and establish that employment. And if it is a salary, you can purchase on that salary right away. You don't have to have a pay stub. You can just use whatever that offer letter looks like. Now, let's say you find employment and it's more of an hourly position. So whether it's in a retail environment or maybe a restaurant, maybe construction work or labor type work, whatever that could be, that'll be a little bit different because they'll say, hey, here's your offer letter. We're going to pay you $25 an hour, 40 hours a week. All good. The problem is if you're in those environments and all of a sudden, for some reason, you're not working your full 40 hours, right? They send you home early one day, or the weather was super bad, so you didn't go do the construction site. Whatever that could be, when you're in an hourly position, you have to earn the hours, earn the income, and prove your income that way, right? So in that scenario, what we're having folks do is make the transition down, find some type of short-term rental, either a month-to-month rental or an Airbnb or something like that, to where you can get here. You can establish work, you can clock the hours, you can earn those pay stubs, and then you can show those stubs as obviously proof of income. And so if you're used to a construction type position in your state and you make the transition down here and find construction, super cool. Same line of work, no problems. We just have to get you here to earn the hours, clock the time, and get pay stubs to show that you're actually working 40 hours. And that'll be really crucial, right? When you do make that transition, put in as much time and as much hours as you possibly can so those first pay stubs are as strong as they could be to help you purchase the home you're looking for. Some of the other scenarios to think about and consider is if you're coming down and you're self-employed. And we have a lot of conversations with folks that are self-employed. And if you're working and living and you're self-employed in a separate state, and let's say you own a painting business, right? And you're crushing it and you do really well and your name is known and business is good, well, that's fine. Again, you're earning income and your business is established in a separate state. What happens when you move your business to the Ozarks and nobody knows who you are, right? So there's a conversation and a concern from a lending or an underwriting standpoint that, hey, you may have a phenomenal business in Arizona in your painting business, but that doesn't mean that anybody here knows you, is going to hire you, or that your business is going to be the same. So there's a little bit of difference between being self-employed and understanding that if you're transitioning, will your business be able to sustain itself while you're not there? Do you have workers? You'd have to show that again, the business is established and the business can run, and that maybe you're able to run your business from another state. Cool. If it's just you and you're the only employee, then obviously that's going to be a different conversation on transitioning and showing that, hey, I can still earn this type of income no matter where I am. They're probably going to need you to be in state, establish that income, prove it before you're able to use it for qualifications on a mortgage. So again, while you're looking to make the transition down here, these rules are mainly applied to relocating permanently. If I live here in the Ozarks and I'm established in work and I have income, cool, super simple, no problem. Figure out your income, balance out liabilities, and come up with your purchase price. If you're relocating from out of state, your type of employment, whether you're able to work remotely, whether you're self-employed, whether you're an hourly employee, all of those things are going to be factored and considered into, hey, what type of income do we have? And is that sustainable to qualify for the mortgage on where we're looking to live? Another scenario to just think about is if you live out of state and you're just looking to purchase as a second home, vacation home, or investment home. Those scenarios, of course, you can use your current income that you're earning no matter where you're living in the state or the country, and ultimately you're purchasing it as a second home, you're purchasing it as an investment home. So when you're doing that, yes, you still have to go through income qualifications, but now it becomes more of a down payment conversation, right? If it's a second home, we're going to need to put at least 10% down. If this is a truly an investment home, then you're looking at 20 to 25% down. And so different conversation, but great opportunities if you're looking for short-term rentals, if you want to create property management type companies and you want to assume properties, rent them out. Ozarks is a great place to do that. But really ultimately, the point of the video is a lot of folks are looking to either transition down here or they live or they're trying to buy second homes, and the conversations around job and employment and income is obviously super important when thinking about doing any of those purchases. So again, whether you live here locally and looking to purchase with your current job, super simple and easy. The question becomes when you're out of state looking to either relocate. We got to talk about, does your current position allow you to work remotely? Do you have to find employment here? If so, what type of employment is it going to be? And what is the type of pay structure? All those things are going to go into qualifications for your mortgage. If you're out of state and you're looking to purchase a second home or investment home, obviously those are healthy conversations too. And I say it all the time, we are licensed lenders and agents. So I love making the videos. I would love more to help you with your lending or real estate needs. So that number popping up below. I am the guy who answers the phone calls, the text messages, and the emails. If this is a topic that you feel is relevant to your world and you want to have more conversation about it, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. Until then, we'll see you on the next video.